Sponsored by Carrier Colorado. The future of home comfort is here.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on 90s Plus. On this much calmer Wednesday, we had an exceptionally busy day of severe weather. We'll get into that a little bit here, but overall today, it is award-winning weather outside right now. Again, after yesterday's fiasco, I don't know about fiasco is the right word, what we saw out on the northeastern plains with multiple tornadoes, perhaps the largest hailstone on record in Colorado recorded in the northeastern plains. Today, again, a whole lot calmer. Get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. We still do have a few storms out on the far eastern plains, but nothing compared to what we saw yesterday. Now, of course, this was the tornado right near Yuma. Unfortunately, did lead to one home being fully damaged, potentially destroyed just to the south of the city of Yuma. At least two other furnishings were damaged as well by this tornado. There were multiple reports of twin tornadoes with this storm as well. And this was on the ground on and off for about 2.5 hours. It was, I mean, this is a storm that we just don't often see here in Colorado. A truly stunning event for us here in the Centennial State. And there's a chance that this tornado may get rated as an EF4 on the enhanced Fujita scale that's been in place since 2007. Point being, we have not had an EF4 on record here in Colorado. Again, that only goes back about 16 years, but still, there's a pretty good chance that we end up with that yesterday's Yuma tornado was the strongest that we've seen in decades here in Colorado. And also, this storm produced, based on a very, very credible photograph, a 5-inch hailstone we have not seen on record or documented a 5-inch hailstorm on record here in Colorado. So there's a good chance that yesterday's storm may have broken a couple of different records. So just truly stunning in terms of what we saw out there. Certainly thinking about our friends out into the Yuma area, where I know there's a lot of cleanup ongoing right now as well. But fortunately, it appears the bulk of the tornado did miss the center of town. That is good news, because that, you know, when we're talking about a tornado of EF4 caliber, and going back to that tornado for a quick second here, that is, we're talking about 150 plus mile an hour winds, and unfortunately, if that goes to a populated area, that's when we start talking about the potential for fatalities. So just want to clarify that yesterday's tornado, very near miss for friends out in Yuma. Grateful it did. It stayed, it looks like, just the south of town, but fortunately no injuries reported from this. But again, this had tracked maybe a mile or two north. This would have been a very different situation, very likely. Now look at Mountain. Today, it's a totally different situation. It is just beautiful out there. It is comfortable, lots of sunshine, just get outside weather. I mean, boy, here, folks, if you don't have outdoor plans today, make them, because it is absolutely gorgeous, especially for the early mid part of August. We're still in the dog days of summer here, folks, and when we're talking about temperatures in the low 80s this time of year, we take that, and we are thrilled about it. So it's gorgeous today. Warmer tomorrow, so if you don't like those kind of warmer temps in the low 90s, enjoy today, because again, tomorrow looking a fair bit warmer than the weekend. We got some storms ahead for us. HC operator, hey, we're still not done entirely with those storms yet. Out in the southeastern plains, Lamar, Prowers County getting a little storm right now. That was severe thunderstorm warned earlier on, but that is no longer severe thunderstorm warned. But Lamar, getting a decent storm right now, maybe some small hail with that storm and some gusty winds. But once these storms push their way into Kansas, we will be done with the storms, and that should be, again, next hour or so we'll be over and done with those storms here across Colorado. And today, just stunning. Only in the San Juans may you even find a few clouds, but even there, the storm chances looking pretty limited. Temperatures in the mid 70s. It is comfortable. I'll tell you firsthand, I went for a run this morning, and it was delightful. Usually this time of year, you go running or you're outside, even in the morning hours, it's already getting pretty hot, but this morning we got down to 53 here in Denver. I just can't get enough of this weather right now. I'm sure you could tell. 60s into the mountains and a few 70s in some of the typical warmer spots in the lower elevations. For today, low to mid 80s. Again, absolutely gorgeous. Our average high for this time of year is in the upper 80s, so we're a few degrees below average. I do not think anybody's complaining about that. You got those north winds that's helping keep those temps on the warm side, or I should say on the cool side, and also keeping us on the dry side. Forecast highs for today, a lot of 80s for us in the eastern plains, 70s into the mountains, a bit warmer on the western slope, where you're starting to feel the pinch of a ridge of high pressure out that way. For tonight, temperatures drop back in the low 60s. Comfortable night for us. Sunset 8:03. By the way, our last 8 p.m. or later sunset of the year is on Saturday. So I'm just telling you the news here, folks. I'm just telling you what's happening. I can't control it, but yeah, enjoy those 8 p.m. or later sunsets while we've got them for another 3 days here across Colorado. Now, this ridge high pressure will nudge north. That means less storms, but also it means warmer temperatures for tomorrow and into your Friday. So tomorrow those temps get back to about 90 degrees for us. That is, again, right around our seasonal average, about 88, 89 this time of year. So again, this is regularly scheduled programming for tomorrow, but it will feel notably warmer compared to what today is and what's been all week. It's been very, very cool going back to Sunday when we only had a high temperature of 70 degrees here in Denver. For tomorrow, temperatures again near 90 to most spots. Few spots will touch into the low 90s. Friday, a bit warmer. Isolated storms return for Friday. I think it's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday that look to be the stormiest of the upcoming stretch, with some monsoonal showers and storms that will return to the picture. At this point, not expecting anything too widespread or too much in the way of severe weather, but we do have some storms that return to the picture for the back end of the weekend and early next week. Final note, very different situation, unfortunately, for friends here into the high country, where we've had a very dry start to our summer. The monsoon season has basically been a bit of a non-soon into the high country, and unfortunately that means that we've got wildfires that are burning, multiple fires in the San Juans, as well as the low-lying fire between Aspen and Crested Butte. That means wildfire smoke, so certainly limit your time outdoors in the southwestern mountains because of that wildfire smoke. But meantime, those top-line takeaways for that forecast for today: just beautiful. Tomorrow, warmer, and then showers and storms return starting on Friday, but probably more for your Saturday and into the upcoming weekend. And temperatures around 90 degrees for most of the upcoming stretch next week, looking pretty warm and pretty dry. I'll have another update for you coming up at 9 News at noon and also at 2 p.m. here on 9 News Plus. Then we'll have Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin in at 4 and 5, and Meteorologist Danielle Grant in at 6, 9, 10 tonight on the 9 News Family Networks. Once again, 9 News Meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.